Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should understand. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should know. May sound strange, might sound foolish, but things are getting better. Every day another fall victim to the beretta. Why is there so much violence killing me one another? Let us learn to love and let that light shine brighter. Bad influence to influence the youth and get slaughtered. As bad man used to be, them respect the father. It's like no eyes don't realize the times get harder. Me talk at night with all my mind and still is laughter. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know. Him said, when I try to cope, tell myself there is hope. It seems like the biggest joke. And as I put on the gun, still dollars must run. I know employment can't come. And me a jam and a cool, one go back in a school. The system lick me. There's no hope for those who have not from the slum. Take the little much we have still until we're done. I beg you to show some love. When we get back, he replies, circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know. Well, I know little cry, mama cry, papa cry too. Show on the boy with a heart and that couldn't do. You know them find him dead with a Smith and Wesson. 6 weeks and change now, me a remiss. Why so much violence? Too much violence. It hurts my soul and I won't keep silent. Circumstances made me what I am. That was his reply, I cry. Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should know. May sound strange, might look foolish, but things are getting better. Every day another fall victim to the beretta. Why is there so much violence killing me one another? Let us learn to love and let that light shine brighter. Bad influence to influence the youth and get slaughtered. As bad man used to be, them respect the father. It's like no eyes don't realize the times get harder. I talk at night with all my might and still is laughter. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know now. And when I try to cope, tell myself there is hope. It seems like the biggest joke. And as I put on the gun, collateral must run. I know employment can't come. And me a think about cool, one go back in a school. The system lick me. There's no hope for those who have not from the slum. Take the little much we have, still until we done. How do we show some love? How do we get back?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Okay, okay. Bujo Bantan. My brother. No. Hold up, Bujo. My brother from another mother. I feel you. Circumstances make me what I am. Circumstances make me what I am. Look, I endorse my brother with that track. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You are listening to The Proven Truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown, coming to you from the studios of Radio Gumbo Creole here in the beautiful territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. Yes, it's a beautiful territory. It's a beautiful place. It was created by our God, the God of heaven and earth. Again, brothers and sisters, you know, we give our God the thanks and the glory for every time that He allows us to participate on this show, for every time that He gives us the strength and the courage and the energy to come and spit our truth, to talk to our brothers and sisters all over the diaspora, all over North America, all over social media. We give our God thanks. We know who is the Almighty. We know who is the creator of all things. That's our God. That's my God. That's my God. My family is my God. And look, I love my God. I don't know about you, but I love my God. Family, again, to participate in this show, to let your voices be heard, to spit your truth, to let John Public know what's on your mind. We encourage you, or we advise you, or we reach out. We reach out and the olive branch of love. You can participate in the show by calling 504-303-8922. Again, that number is 504-303-8922. You can also listen to us by dialing 712-432-7883. You can listen to us by dialing from your device of choice, your phone, your iPad, whatever. 712-432-7883. You can also listen to us via the web by going to www.radiogumbocreole.net. That's www.radiogumbocreole.net. You can also check us out via the Facebook by going to Anthony Brown for Assessor. That's Anthony, Anthony for FOR. Anthony Brown, BROWN FORASSESSOR 2017. Again, that's Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. To my Facebook family, welcome, much love. You can also check us out via the YouTube. By going to The Proven Truth, TheProvenTruth, Truth. And you can also there participate on the show. You can ask questions, you can leave a comment, you can actually come on as a live guest. Look, we don't refuse from accepting anybody here. Worse when it is a case where you want to let your voice be heard, or if you think that we have said something here on this show, in this broadcast, or our previous broadcasts, that you think or that you can prove that is factually wrong, and you want to challenge us, again, we welcome you on the program to challenge whatever it is that you look. If we say today is Tuesday and you know for a fact that today is Monday, call us. Don't hesitate. Come on. I said, man, look, you're tripping, bro. You're tripping. Today is Monday, not Tuesday. You know what I mean? And if you are right, we will acknowledge the fact that you are right. We'll pay restitution if we cause harm to somebody. Okay? And we will cease forth from making the statement that we made that was wrong. You follow me? It's all love, brothers and sisters. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. Let's do this. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States. The United States of America Constitution, my brothers and sisters, still in full force and effect today, despite what any of these crony political leaders, so-called leaders, want to tell you. Okay? Take it from your brother. Again, if we say the Constitution is still in full force and effect, it's still in full force and effect. Take that to the bank. All government of right originate with the people, is founded on their will alone and is instituted to protect the right of the individual and for the good of the whole. Its only legitimate ends are to secure justice for all, preserve peace, protect the rights, and promote the happiness and general welfare of the people. My brothers and sisters, the Constitution of the Territory of Louisiana, 1974. Again, this document is also still in full force and effect, despite what you may or may not have heard. All right. We demand the right of unlimited and unprejudiced education for ourselves and our prosperity forever. We demand the right for unlimited and unprejudiced education for ourselves and our prosperity forever. Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Family, you know that we on this program and the Proven Truth, we are black conscious, not black ignorant. We are black conscious, not black ignorant. It is with this consciousness in mind that we make mention of our ancestors on a day-to-day basis. We still recognize, even for the most part, a lot of these ancestors is 6'6", in the grave for some time. But once we recognize the fact that there is no such leader, no such black leader that we can point to today, who we can say, yes, here's a black leader, either male or female, who is out there championing the cause for the black masses, for the black people, who is championing the cause for the devastated, the poor and the elderly. There is none that we can point to or refer to today that is presently doing that job. In a time where we are living in the land or the time of plenty, right? Where we have resources abundantly compared to what our ancestors had in their time. We are now in a time where we are not facing racial hypocrisy or white supremacy like they did back in their time. We cannot find one among us right now who is fulfilling or who is walking in the footstep. Look, the Bible quote them. That's a whole total different thing. You will find so-called leaders today like a Cedric Richmond or whosoever. They will quote our ancestors, or they will quote champions, black leaders of yesteryears. They will quote those people when they want to give the appearance as if they are in tune with the black massive, or with the struggle of poor people, or with the plight of poor people. They will quote a Marcus Mosiah Garvey, a Martin Luther King, a Malcolm X. Somebody who, one of our ancestors who genuinely love us to the point where they put their lives out there for the black masses. A matter of fact, again, my brothers and sisters, yes, we are speaking on the point of the black people, about people from the diaspora, people from Mother Africa. But we have ancestors who evolved from speaking on black issue to human rights issue. So even from the standpoint of a human rights issue, human rights, period, let's put away the ethnic background, right? Even from a human rights issue, there's not one among us right now that we can point to and we can say, yes, here goes somebody with not only in public office are referring to themselves as a leader, but you're somebody who is truly in tune, in depth, love and recognize the plight that still continue today in the 21st century, right? That is the reason why, my brothers and sisters, we here, I personally, have to keep on mentioning our ancestors. Who are we talking about? Who am I talking about? Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Nanny from the Maroon, Paul Bogle, Fred Hamilton. Now look, again, brothers and sisters, a lot of these ancestors, you personally may not know. I speak about them randomly, okay? Or I speak about them, you know, sometime when it hit me. This list is my list of ancestors. You can go and create your own list and share that list with me and tell me why those ancestors that you choose is so important to you. Are they relevant that they play during that time in life? Okay? If you don't know about them, look, again, we are in the time of plenty. We are in the time where we talk about modern technologies. Modern technology is at your fingertips. You go Google them. You'll know more about that. Fred Hamilton, Maurice Bishop, Malcolm X, Carter G. Wilson, Harriet Tubman, Thomas Sankara, Somoral Makel, Bookman Duty, Toussaint Louverture, Jack Dessalines. Man, these right here are truly heroes. These ancestors are truly leaders. These ancestors, a matter of fact, during their time walking Mother Earth, they speak on issues that is still relevant here today. They speak on issues that's still relevant here today, and they speak about it, my brothers and sisters, with no qualms, or with no reluctance, or with no bias, or with no fear of any repercussion, or they speak about it because they know that the issue that they were speaking about was just, was righteous. They know that the issue that they were speaking about needed a voice. So what they did they sit back, fold the arm, and say, look, kumbaya, or it's another day? No, they speak about it. A lot of them didn't even have the wherewithal to do it. But it was that voice inside. That spiritual voice inside. You can call it what you want to call it. That say, look, get up, stand up, speak, fight, travel, move, push, resist. That's the type of people we are talking about, my brothers and sisters. Look, I get really excited and emotional and inspired when I make reference to our ancestors. These black leaders, these giants that came before us, and many others who we don't even know. Many others who we don't even know, because a lot of them was killed, was maimed, was deceived, a lot of them succumb to the pressure or the immorality of white supremacy. A lot of them give up their life and fight. We honor, we respect, we recognize them for the work that they did. And one of the issues, my brothers and sisters, why we recognize and we continue and we will continue to recognize them and honor them and call their name is because, check this out. Here we are living in what my son, uncles refer to as the dirty South. Here we are living in the lower 49, Here we are living in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, a dominantly black territory, my brothers and sisters. And the so-called leaders reflect the society as a whole being dominantly black. So when you look in these municipal corporations and these what you call state governments, when you look in all branch of government, you will recognize or you will see dominantly so-called black leaders or black elected officials. And yes, I use the word so-called with intent, because they are not, my brothers and sisters, they are not. It's been a long time now since I stopped drinking from the same fountain as everybody else. So I recognize the fact that these so-called representative of we the people are no more than wolf in sheep clothing. They are what we here on the Proven Truth call politicians. We have our and for those of you who've been tuning in for some time, you know what our definition for politicians is, right? These people come to we the people, tell us that, look, we will do a good job if you put us into public office, and we in most cases do. Come to find out from the very moment that a lot of these criminals take their hands off of that Bible and put their hands down to the side, they totally forget a minute ago that they took an oath of office, they signed a contract, they have a fiduciary duty to we the people. They totally forget that. They totally disregard this document, my brothers and sisters, the Constitution. Not only the Constitution to the United States, but to the Constitution of the territory of Louisiana. Totally forget it, my brothers and sisters. And that is why your brother have to be on the job. Not only me, but a lot of us have to be on the job and stay on the job. Because we recognize the fact that we employ people to work. We employ people to work. We call them elected officials. We call them, they're supposed to represent our interests, and here we have it. They're not. They elevate themselves to public office, or we elevate them to public office. And what did they do? What did they do? Check this out, family. The misapplication of the law provides the momentum that is necessary to conveniently bypass the constitutional protection. The misapplication of the law provides the momentum necessary to conveniently bypass the constitutional provision. It was November 5th, 2017 that I wrote a letter to the Louisiana legislative body there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And let me read that letter for you, family, so you guys can be a part of this historical document. Yeah, it is historical. Believe that. Re-judicial term limits to all members of the Louisiana legislative body. On behalf of myself and the general population of the people of Louisiana that have been showed no justice, no respect, nor compassion in these courts by members of the judiciary / judges, we ask that you alter a bill to limit the time that a judge is elected to office from 10 years to 5 years. it is evident to us that to a great extent the judges that sits in judgment are violating the Code of Judicial Conduct, Canon 1 and Canon 2. They are also exercising the superior complex. They are also exercising this superior complex. And thirdly, because the term to which they are elected to serve on the bench is 10 years for one sitting, which represents a lifetime, no other branch of government serves such a long term, and that needs to be changed. Cutting the term from 10 years to 5 years, this bill would directly apply to members of the Louisiana Supreme Court and the members of the Court of Appeal, as it applies to Article 5, Section 3 and Section 8C. If the members of this body refuse from drafting such a bill, we the people, by means of a petition or any other means or disposal will ensure that this is placed on the ballot for a constitutional amendment. Now, we draft that letter to the legislative body because we recognize a fundamental issue or problem here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. The Constitution, the Louisiana Constitution, authorizes or gives these judges a 10-year term to sit on the bench at any one time. Meaning, if you run for public office as a judge and you win, you can sit on the appellant level. At the appellant level, your term is 10 years. At the appellant level. So we are not talking anything at the district level or low. We are talking at the appellant level. 10 years. It is our argument, family, that needs to be changed. Number one, no other branch of government or no one else sits in office for so long. So, in and of itself, the process by which we're going to give them 10 years is not fair. When the longest, let's say, the chief or the senior or the highest elected official in the territory can sit for in any one term is 4 years. Any one term, the governor can sit for his 4 years. The president of the United States can sit for his 4 years. Now, I understand that when it come on the federal level, but look, we ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about lifeline appointment. We're talking about the territory of Louisiana. Not when we have so much corrupted so-called judges sitting on the bench. 10 years, my brothers and sisters, is a lifetime. 10 years is a lifetime. And no one judge, no one so-called judge, because they ain't no goddamn judge, no one so-called judge supposed to be sitting on the bench for 10 years. Committing criminal act, disregarding the rule of law, misapplying the Constitution, not even recognizing the Constitution. They ain't supposed to be sitting on the bench. We the people ain't supposed to be taking care of their welfare, taking care of the household for 10 years. It's wrong. It's not just. It's not fair. Look, it's downright dirty and unfair for we to be nominating judges, so-called judges, at the appellant level for 10 years. For what? When they are not dispensing justice, when they have no regards for the Constitution, when they have no regards for the rule of law, I guarantee you, if these criminal actors was to serve 2 or 3 terms, or maybe 4 terms on the bench, they would dispense justice, not injustice, on the bench. It's easy for us to see, my brothers and sisters. It's easy for us to see. Look, we have a let me see, where is it? We have, now, this person I'm going to make mention of is not on the appellant level. But this is what we are saying. Within each branch of government, as the way it works here in the territory of Louisiana, the political stream is dirty from the top. From the top, it's dirty. I don't care which branch of government you want to select or pick on. The top of the branch is dirty. The top. So you can make mention of the judicial branch, and we're gonna say yes, the Chief Justice Bernadette J. Johnson, she's dirty. She don't regard the Constitution. She's totally, look, the Chief Judge or the Chief Justice in the Louisiana Supreme Court, right? She's dirty. She is. She shouldn't even be in office. The only time that Bernadette Johnson referred to the Louisiana Constitution, it was when she came to us with tears in her eyes, crying to us. Crying. My family, this ain't a joke. She came to grassroots activist groups. She came all over Louisiana, New Orleans, telling people, oh look, crying, I'm a female and I'm black, so that's why they don't want to. She's a female and she's black, so that's why when it was her time to be Chief Justice, her counterpart on the Louisiana Supreme Court didn't want her to be seated as the Chief Justice. And she told us, she said, look, the Constitution lay out the authority by which me, as I am the senior judge on the bench, I'm in line to be the Chief Justice. It's not fair. It's not fair. Cry like a baby. Oh my God. And we did go for her. We did go out and bat for her. We did. Because one who said, look at this black sister right here. She's supposed to be the next Chief Justice. Right? And when the table turned, when we elevate her to public office, even though she went in to file papers in federal court, you know, but when we came behind her, when the community mobilized ourselves and came and talked on her behalf, and she was elevated to public office, here it now come that a time came that she was supposed to, when we show her, the same community, the same set of people who she came to with tears in her eye, begging us to talk on her behalf. When we wrote our writ and sent it to her, showing her that, look, Miss Chief Justice Bernadette Johnson, These people down here are violating the law, are disregarding the Constitution. What did she do? She turned her back against us, family. She denied us the right to have our case heard in the Louisiana Supreme Court. She did. She denied us the right to have our case heard in the Louisiana Supreme Court. Hold up. That's not the only thing we have against her, my brothers and sisters. Look, that in and of itself is huge. That in and of itself is paramount, huge, it's big, look, not abiding by the Constitution, the Chief Justice, when you recognize that the Constitution is being violated, the principle of the Constitution is being overlooked, is being misapplied, and we the people who elect your black ass to office, so you can call yourself a Supreme Chief Justice, deny us the right to come inside here and argue our case? Okay, all right. For those of you who don't believe in the Constitution or think that this is not something serious, okay, all right. What about all these judges? What about all these judges in the lower court, right? That while performing the official, while commenting in the official capacity, is robbing the people of New Orleans. Where is the Miss Johnson and these judges and these issues? Where is the have anybody heard the Chief Justice come out and said anything about these reports about all these judges who is collecting money under false pretense or who is robbing the people of New Orleans? Have anybody heard nothing from the Louisiana Supreme Court? Huh? Have anybody heard these judges that charging people hundreds of dollars when they know there's no constitutional basis for it? And when there's a constitutional basis, the Constitution 1 tell them whoosh, municipal corporation. In the territory of Louisiana, there is only 2 cities that the Constitution authorized these so-called judges to charge a fee. In exercising the portfolio as judge to wed people, to get people married. And that fee is $5. We have these criminals here charging people, in some cases, over $200. Where is the Louisiana Supreme Court? According to the Constitution, right? Let's find this. That's Article 1. That's Article 5. Article 5. Let me see. Okay. Family, this is what, look. Article 5, Chief Justice. The judge, let's find something really quick. Look. Where is the Louisiana Supreme Court voice or outcry about what these judges in the lower court are? They're criminals. They're all criminals. That's the legislative branch. You want to talk about the executive branch, that criminal John Bell Edwards? We don't have time for that. We're going to stick today on the legislative branch because it's important. You need to understand, my family, the importance of the legislative branch in today's society. Is the member of the legislative branch don't do what we the people require them to do or what the Constitution authorizes them to do, then we're going to be having chaos like we're having right now on the land. In New Orleans Civil District Court, Division N, we have another criminal by the name of, she called herself Judge, Etlin Sims Julian. Civil District Court, New Orleans, Orleans Parish, Division N. She called herself a judge. Etlin Sims Julian. Here we outline and we bring evidence, factual evidence inside this court showing this judge the criminal activity of a company by the name of CivicSource.com. Acorn Information System LLC, doing business here in the territory of Louisiana as CivicSource.com. We outlined to this judge, we said, look, we did our briefs. We author our own briefs. We ain't relying on nobody from the Bar Association to assist us. Because we know they can't. Even when the art is willing, the flesh is weak. Because they are first and foremost an officer of the court. And if they go inside this court to try to represent us, that judge can sanction them. You see what I'm talking about? So they cannot truly speak on our behalf. The judge can muffle them. I say, look, be careful, man. Be careful. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. We outline in our briefs that, look, we have a criminal conspiracy going on right here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. A matter of fact, it's bigger than just New Orleans. This criminal conspiracy comprises the territory of Louisiana. We show her, look, it's a criminal conspiracy. We say, look, here we have a LLC, a limited liability corporation company by the name of CivicSource.com, auctioning, selling people property on the platform without no constitutional act. Look, let me show you how significant not having a constitutional authority is. Let's say you're a doctor, or you claim that you're a doctor, right? And you're going to perform brain surgery on a patient. And you have no credentials. Or the credentials that you have, right, is a plumber credentials. So here it is, you a plumber, going to go inside the hospital, going to here we have a plumber, right? Walk inside the hospital, right? Gonna do brains. Man, forget it, man. Man, this too funny, man. So, well, give me a minute, fam. Let me compose myself. Give me a minute. No. Look, a brain surgery. It's serious. It's a serious... Look, you're playing with somebody's life. Right? So, you as a plumber, your credentials, right, is plumbing. You know what I mean? Putting pipes together and welding pipes and putting on pipe fitting and blah, blah. Mechanical stuff out there, right? Nothing that have to do with the human body. And you're going to leave and go into this hospital and do a brain surgery? Family, look, I hope I'm making sense. Okay. So here it is now. We have this company, CivicSource, right? Oh, they got their authority, the article of incorporation, the article of corporation, their legal authority to operate or to function come from the Secretary of State. Listen carefully, my family. I'm going to show you that when we refer to someone like Judge Ethlyn Sims Julian as a criminal or as an imposter, we are not saying it because we feel like saying it. It's one thing. It's either she's dumb, or she never clue about law, or three, she's in the pocket. She's in the back pocket, which we're going to show you that, yes, she's in the back pocket of CivicSource.com. All of them are. We're going to show you that too. So here we have this LLC that we the people have no authority over. Understand the divide right here. We the people cannot regulate or sanction a limited liability corporation. We have no authority over that. The members of the LLC did not came to we the people and say, can you please put us in office? We the people are the members of the LLC do not have a fiduciary duty to we the people. The members of the LLC did not put one hand on the Bible and one hand in the ear and say, I do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the territory of Louisiana. They did not. So we the people have no contractual agreement or nothing binding us with the members of a LLC. That's why LLC it's a limited liability corporation, something that business people use to hide the criminal activity under. I use it too. I'm a businessman. I have to have an LLC. That's how the system works. But follow me. We the people have nothing to do with CivicSource. Likewise, CivicSource can have nothing to do with we the people. None. We the people created government. We the people created that entity we call government, and we the people created or elected people to serve in that entity, government. We created elected officials. We appoint them. We elect them to office to serve our will. So we can talk about them all day, all night. We can talk about members of the judiciary, the legislative and the executive branch all day and all night. They work for us. They ain't special. There's not one single elected official that's special. Don't care what they want to call themselves. Honorable this, honorable that. They ain't special. They answer to us. We don't answer to them. Understand that basic fundamental principle. They answer to us. We don't answer to them. And a lot of us need to recognize that as being factual. You understand? So, when we walk into this court and we say, look, employee Etlin Sims, we have a company over here by the name of CivicSource.com who is claiming to, or who is not claiming, but who is for some time now have been illegally stealing people's property, selling people property in their platform, auctioning off people property in their platform illegally without no constitutional basis. And we need you to stop it. A matter of fact, employee Etlin Sims, it is to the point where we have another elected official here in the territory of New Orleans by the name of Eroll G Williams, person who is claiming to be the Orleans Parish tax assessor, who is giving validity, who is authorizing CivicSource to rob the people of New Orleans. We also may mention at the time before this other criminal leave office, Mitch J. Lange, we said, look, Mitch Lange is a part of this criminal conspiracy too. He's also a criminal in this whole criminal conspiracy to rob the people of Louisiana. Why did we did not just say New Orleans and rest at New Orleans? Why did we outline to this imposter, this fraud, calling ourselves Judge Etlin Sims, Division N, New Orleans Civil District Court? Why did we outline in our brief that the fraud or the theft was of a greater magnitude than just Orleans Parish? It was the entire territory of Louisiana. Why did we do that, family? Why? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. A matter of fact, before I tell you why, check this out. Look, we're on the job, you know. We're on the job, you know, and we're staying on the job. Once we recognize that we have imposters, we have criminals in public office in the territory of New Orleans, we take action. And we're scared to take action. Look, that's something people need to understand, and that's something that we think about on a day-to-day basis. We cannot understand how you have people, grown men and grown women, scared of taking action in the heights of injustice. Scared. Oh man, they buy take over my property. What? They buy tax me more. What? Man, you don't know, man. This is New Orleans, man. They've been robbing people. So what? You gonna sit down and call yourself a man or a woman and make politicians, elected officials, rob you? That's all it is now. Look, it's funny as hell to me. We have politicians, elected officials, people that, look, even if it's 10 years, even for those criminals and the judiciary, even when it's 10 years from now, they're going to come back to you and ask you to put them in public office again. So they're going to have to, at some point in their career, or in some point, either 2, 4, 6, or 10 years, they're going to come back to you. So you can blast them when they're out there running for public office again. And you're going to be scared? We ain't scared. I know, man. More so politician. When we recognize that we have a criminal like Eroll G Williams getting taxpayers' money to feed himself and him wife and him daughters, and to the point where he can brag about his big mansion and multi-car garage he's building out there in New Orleans. What we did, we went and we formed among ourselves a committee. We formed among ourselves a committee, a recall committee, to recall this criminal imposter. Check it out. The committee to recall Eroll G Williams, assessor, parish of Orleans, chairman Anthony Brown, standing tall, vice chair Kevin Matthews. We the people deem it fit to recall Eroll G Williams for over 3 decades has been lying and deceiving the people of New Orleans for a financial gain. He's a criminal. A roof, look, this is a quote from me. A roof over one's head is a basic human right, not a privilege. Criminal bastard. Eroll G Williams is guilty. Look, I'm rendering a verdict here. I'm rendering a verdict. Eroll G Williams is guilty of criminal conspiracy to defraud the people of Orleans, New Orleans, from what is rightfully and legally theirs. The home. Accomplice to this criminal conspiracy, to this criminal act. Mitch J. Landry. That's, hey, look. Somebody called me on the phone last and I said, hey man, Anthony, check this out. Mitch just officially announced that he's running for he's running for the presidency 2020. I said, okay. Because let me tell you something. He's going to be out there on mainstream media. And even though mainstream media may want to hide it, right? We don't care where he is or he's going to be. We're going to be out there telling the people about his criminal activity that he was with, or that he his criminal activity here in New Orleans. Right? He's out there because he's out there elevating himself based on some statues that came down during his administration, to which look, he's claiming credit where there is no credit to be claimed. CivicSource.com and Judge Julian Sims, Etlin Sims Julian. So we outline in our flyer that we have out there right now the criminal Eroll G Williams and his conspirators Mitch Landry, CivicSource, and Etlin Sims. Okay? This is what we're doing, family. We can recall any elected official. We have the authority to do that. So they get elected to public office and they fail to do what they're supposed to do. Can you blame them? No, you blame yourself if you sit back and do nothing. All right? Way before 2017. Way before 2017, family. This criminal enterprise, CivicSource, they were fully aware that they had no authority to do business, no, not business. They had no authority performing any activity under Article 7 of the Louisiana Constitution as it relates to delinquent property taxes. None. They know this. They knew this. To the oh, I know they know? Let me tell you. There was a case in the Louisiana Supreme Court in 2008 and in 2014, family. that deals exactly with this and that tell them the same thing. And who was party to that case? Two of these criminals who we just call out. The Municipal Corporation, the City of New Orleans, the CEO, Mitch J. Landro, Eroll G Williams, CivicSource. Right? They were party to this complaint. They recognized in February or early 2014, based on the ruling of the Louisiana Supreme Court, that they had no constitutional authority. They had no constitutional authority to be selling people property, to be auctioning off people property, to be taking away people property. They had none. Family, let me, you know, I'm looking for a document right here. Let me see if I can find this document real quick. Let's look for something real quick. Well, let me tell you, the CEO of CivicSource is a gentleman by the name of Byron P. Burroughs. Okay? What Mr. Burroughs does, he travels all over the territory of Louisiana. And he tries to sell himself and his company to these municipal corporations as a legitimized company who assists municipal corporation. The first one being this criminal one right here in New Orleans, New Orleans Municipal Corporation, in auctioning and selling property that deals with delinquent taxes. In one case, while he and his paid attorneys was going over Louisiana, at one time they end up into Bogalusa, right? And while in Bogalusa, they was telling to the city council, they were saying that, look, we don't sell property with people inside of it. We don't sell our auction property with residents or people living inside the property. And the city council sit and they listen. Now, thank God, there was one member of the city council who actually was performing her duty as she promised us, we the people, that she would have. And she called out this criminal, Byron Burroughs. She said, look, hold up, stop, 1 minute. The statement that you just made was factually wrong, was factually false. That's not true. You have properties on your website right now, one to be particular, that she was keened in. She said you have properties on your website, one in Pacific, and she gave him the address of that property. And she said, in that property lives an old lady, and you are trying to auction the property with the old lady inside of it. And he promised her, that's a mistake. Look, I will ensure that that property is off our list ASAP. Then he went ahead and took it off. But there was still hundreds more property on his website with people living inside the property that this criminal and his company sold. So he's telling the city council that, look, we don't do this. And at the same time, a member of the city council called him and said, no, you're lying. Now, to get the business, he had was to remove that property off the website for the city council to reconsider. You follow what I'm saying? So they go around, and you know which city they use as the marker? New Orleans. They are so proud. They are so proud of New Orleans to the point where the head office is located right here, 935 Gabriel Street on the 17th floor. They're so proud because they find it easy to bribe, to manipulate, to work with the politicians here in New Orleans. It's so easy. In 2014, family, let me show you why. Man, you know, it's unbelievable, man. In 2014, these people, CivicSource knew they had no authority. So they went around the territory of Louisiana. They bribed some individuals. They bribed some corporation, some company. They bribed members of the legislative body, the Louisiana legislative body. They bribed members of the municipal association. They bribed members of the Louisiana Sheriff Association. To the point where they got a constitutional amendment on the ballot. Follow me carefully, none. Follow me carefully. If these people had the authority to do what they are now doing today as we sit here, June 18, 2018, 5:09 p.m. If they had the authority to do what they was doing, there would be no reason for them to go out. There would be no reason for Byron Burroughs and his high-paid attorneys to go out and bribe so much of Louisiana politicians. There would be no reason for CivicSource, Byron Burroughs, and his high-priced attorneys to go out and spend so much of their earned money, their profit, to get this document, to get a constitutional amendment on the ballot, November 2014. There will be none. There will be none. Now, when we go inside this mockery of a court system, when we walk into Division N, Civil District Court, and face this imposter, this criminal, this untrustworthy person, calling ourselves a judge, Ethelyn Sims Julian, and we outline to her all of this information right here, family. We say, look, judge, employee, you took an oath to us. You have a fiduciary duty to we the people. And here it is, we are outlining to you. I said, we didn't even have to outline that basic fact to her, you know. You're going to tell me. So, listen. You're going to tell me you have a judge. You have people calling themselves judge. Right? And they don't know that the Constitution only give governmental agency authority to act. Come on, family. Come on. Come on. Work with me. Work with me. Work with me. Let's use some common sense here now. Again, I know a lot of you guys out there, have big credentials. I know you have big credentials. You got master's degree and PhD and dot. Numbers and alphabets behind the name. And look, I knocking them more power to you. Respect. But just work with your brother for a little bit. Let's utilize our nugget. Let's apply critical thinking right here. Let's work with him for a bit. So here we have a judge. Let's call her a judge because she referred to herself as a judge. And when you walk into that inside that courtroom, you see her name card or placard, whatever you want to call it, and it said Judge Etlin S. Julian, right? So let's for right now for this state, let's give her that title, judge. So you're gonna tell me that this judge, with all the credentials behind her name, with all the amount of time that she spent in the institution of higher learning to get her law degree, with the fact that she put one hand on the Bible and one hand in the ear and said, I do solemnly swear to uphold the constitutional laws of the United States and the state of the territory of Louisiana. She don't know that a LLC cannot function or operate underneath the Louisiana Constitution? Look. Look, family, look. I don't grudge nobody for the law degree, Because if you spend so much time in law school, right? Look, it wasn't only she alone. You got attorneys, again, high-powered attorneys who was there representing CivicSource, Acorn Information System LLC. That's the reason why I tell people, look, you see these right here, these God-given hands, I use these hands for a living, and I use this brain. I don't have to trick, rob, or lie to people to feed myself or my family. That's what they do. They lie, they trick, they rob you, and call themselves honorable and members of the bar and elected officials. They're criminals. When we show her, when we tell her about the case, when we tell her about the ruling of the Louisiana Supreme Court, when we show her documents and say, look, let me tell you, look, family, I tell her black ass when I went inside her court, I said, look, I don't trust you. Everybody inside behind me, all her attorneys, them laughing. I said, I don't trust you. I said, based on your comprehension of this case and based on the ruling, I don't trust your ass. Look, again, for those who think I'm bull crapping, you can go, again, Division N, New Orleans Civil District Court, and you can look up the case. As a matter of fact, well, you can look up the case. I told her that. We outlined to her the facts that, look, and we even posed the question, why would CivicSource spend so much resources, so much time, so much money to get or to place on the ballot a constitutional amendment if they had the authority or the privilege to do any or to do any type of activity or perform any type of function under Article 7 of the Louisiana Constitution. Why? Why would they do that? If they had the authority before, why would they go and seek it in 2014? Not only that, here's where the tire meet the road. We the people are the people of Louisiana rejected that proposal, rejected that constitutional amendment that was on the ballot in double digits. So they didn't have it before November 2014. We didn't give it to them. And there we were in court 2017 into 2018 speaking about this same criminal organization, CivicSource.com, outlining the fact that the only reason why CivicSource is here operating today is because we got criminal in public office, criminals like Eroll G Williams, Mitch J. Landry, and many others. Now, you think that this scholar of the law, you think that this judge, with all her credentials and her expertise of constitutional law, would then say, man, look, and rule or render justice in our favor? You would think so. But that's why I say again, family, I was like many of you guys. The water that I used to drink came from the same fountain like what you guys drinking. Until I switch. Now the water that I drink is spring, come from the mountains. So now I have clarity. I have clarity. These people, my brothers and sisters, these people are criminals disguising themselves as public officials. Again, my brothers and sisters, you are listening to The Proven Truth. You are listening to The Proven Truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown, coming to you live from the studio of Radio Gumbo Creole, here in the beautiful territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. The territory itself is beautiful. The landmass is beautiful. And mind you, some of the people, you know what I mean, your everyday mom and pops are beautiful, nice, decent people too. But where you start to have the problem, my brothers and sisters, is when you come on to these corrupted politicians. And look, we're going to call a spade, and we don't give a rat's ass what type of repercussion or what happen next. But we have to call a spade a spade. When you find yourself, look, our argument is the reason why Louisiana finds itself at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to economical prosperity and every other social and political issue is because of these criminals that we have in elected office. We are putting rats to guide, to protect our cheese. We are putting rats to protect our cheese, and that's the reason why we are in the state of affair that we are at right now financially. When we have a governor who at the snip of a finger call special sessions just so they can according to him, address the fiscal crisis that we have here in the territory of Louisiana, when he is the one who is misappropriating funds and who is taking bribe so that other people can make millions of dollars. We have a problem. We have a big problem, my brothers and sisters. And we need to open our eyes and be aware of what's happening around us politically. We need to. And for my brothers, look, for my brothers and sisters here in New Orleans, or here in Louisiana, who said to me that, look, man, it's been going on for so long, and that it's gonna take another Katrina. Somebody tell me that we're gonna get another Katrina to wash out these politicians, you know. And you hear so much different statement or opinion about. But this is what I'm saying, family. If we don't do something, if we don't act, if we don't call them out, if we keep our mouth closed, can you blame these criminals for doing criminal activity? When you, the enforcers of the law, sit on your backside and don't do nothing? Come on now. Let's think about it. Can you truly be upset with a baby when a baby cry? What baby do? Baby cry. Babies cry, right? That's how they express themselves. Whether they're hungry, whether they do a poo-poo, they mess up on themselves, you know what I'm saying? Whenever they don't want some love and some affection, they cry. That's big. Look, wherever there is babies, you're gonna be crying. So can you truly blame a baby for crying, or get upset at a baby for crying? Yeah, you might get upset because you're not in the mood, but again, a baby, that's what a baby does, cry. Can you truly blame a criminal for committing criminal activity? Can you blame a criminal for committing criminal activity? No, you know that's moved. That's you know that's look, that's, I know that's debatable. Can you blame a rat for eating cheese when the cheese is out there in the open? Follow what I'm saying. If you sit down on your backside and don't do nothing, if you, with the authority to take some action, and you take no action, what is that rat gonna do? Continue to eat the cheese. Continue to eat the cheese. What have Eroll G Williams been doing for the past 30 years? For the past 33 years, what have Eroll G Williams been doing to the people of New Orleans, Louisiana? He has been taxing you, robbing your property, auctioning off your property, committing malfeasance in office, conspiring with CivicSource, giving CivicSource the authority to put your property on their platform. Eroll G Williams have been converting your property, your private property, onto his avalarum tax roll. And everybody sit back and do or say nothing. And this guy is taking away your wealth, property to which you're supposed to leave to your offspring. In some cases, people are losing in property that was left to them by their great-great-grandparents. Eroll G Williams and his crony friends. Yeah, I'm talking about these people and the recall petition and the flyer. I'm talking about his accomplice, Mitch Lanjo, CivicSource, Etlin Sim Julian. Now, look, I don't want to hear the fact that Mitch Lanjo ain't in office no more. He still is. Believe that. He's still pulling some strings. He's still reaping. He's still reaping from the criminal acts that he committed while he was in public office, or while he sit as the mayor. A matter of fact, because of acts of the people, because of what the people here in New Orleans did and issue that they speak on, now this clown, Mitch J. Lanjo, is trying to run for president 2020. So again, don't tell me he's not in office. He's still riding off of the momentum or the backs of the people of New Orleans. I understand what's going on. I understand what's going on, family. There is nobody here in the territory of New Orleans who you can rely on or who you can call upon. Look, where the Constitution authorized the checks and balance in government, here in the territory of Louisiana, it's null and void of law. There is no one branch here in the territory of Louisiana that can check another branch. None. And that is the reason why, when it comes on to political corruption, we are number one. When it comes down to political corruption in the Union, this territory of New Orleans, Louisiana is number one. When it comes on to economic prosperity in the Union, the territory of Louisiana is 50th. And you tell me that my concept or that my argument that our state of affairs as it relates to economical prosperity can be directly result or is a direct result of the criminal that we have in public office. And you said that my argument is flawed? Or you said that my argument have no standing? I beg to differ. I beg to differ. It's because of the direct is the direct result of the cronyism of the political corruption that we have in the territory. Why the territory of Louisiana is where it is right now, financially or economically. There's no debate in that. Not in my views. Not in my views. Look, I think we need to take a quick break. We need to take a quick break, probably. Then we come back. Let's listen some. Let's run some. Let's run some Bob Marley. I think I want to listen to some Bob Marley. No, I need to build the spirit. Let's run some Anthony B.
Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no wonder no devil control. God does me guide when me a play life role. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no wonder no devil control. God does me guide when me a play. Where me love him all in kingdom never tour. Love me so much me want to kick off the door. Just for receiving more and more. Every day he then broke out like a sword. Good over evil and Tony be sure. No live Kingston but me live a Portmore. When me meditate upon the seashore. Talking to the rich and also to the poor.
almighty now wealth. Lace up me shoes and buckle on me belt. And by me head when me tilt off me felt like a butt against and that's a deed and a melt. With them right it no 2 years wrong. Almighty God is a living man going to overstand. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no under no devil control. God has me guide when me a play life road. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no under no devil control. God has me guide when me a play. Look how much black people like I'm on the jail. After them release the tackle and chain. Bring us education, that's what we obtain. Them who we worshiping at the wrong name. On no Babylon and I go lose on no fame. Now go drink no wine, we not go sniff no cocaine. Rastafari we come to proclaim. Proclaim, proclaim. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no under no devil control. God does me guide when me a play life role. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no under no devil control. God does me guide when me a play. Where me love him all him kingdom me a go tour. Love me so much me no have to kick off no door. Just for receiving more and more. Every day he then broke out like a sword. Good over evil and Tony be short. Now live a Kingston but me leave a Portmore. When me meditate upon the seashore. Talking to the rich and also to the poor. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. Me no under no devil control. God does me guide when me a play life role. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trusting on the Almighty more and more. I defend the down first, it's a must. You don't need a ally fight now first. Cause everything them say them rightful won't belong to us. My father don't tell I and I, everything shall fall to I and I is a must. So Babylon set the liberty every day another one bite the dust. My Lord, you don't have to say you're sorry for all the wrongs that you have done. I don't want to hear sad story, cause the damage already done. Oh, the damage already done. Broken bones and wounds need tender repair.
yaga, 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 yo.
You don't have to say you're sorry for all the wrongs that you have done. I don't wanna hear that story, 'cause the damage already done.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. Welcome back. The damage already done. Tell that to them criminals, CivicSource.com and Eroll G Williams. Tell that to that criminal crony judge, Etlin Sim. She ain't a judge. Family. What's the name of the show? Huh? What's the name of the program? The Proven Truth, right? All day. Okay. Before the break, I was talking to you guys about the fact that this criminal enterprise, CivicSource.com, Acorn Information System LLC, who the CEO is a gentleman by the name of Byron Barrow, right? And I said that this criminal enterprise go all over the territory of Louisiana with the high-priced attorneys, bribing and lying and, convincing municipal corporations to become a part of their, or allow them to be, to work, or to contract, or to, matter of fact, to sell, to rob and steal the people of Louisiana property and utilize their platform as that source, right? And if you remember before the break, I was basically shooting from the hip and telling you about an incident that happened in Bogalusa, right? Where Byron Burroughs went out there and trying to convince the city council about, look, I found it. During the break, I found it. Check this out. This is what I was talking about. This is Byron Barrow talking to Councilwoman Gloria Cates from the city council. This is what he said to her. Listen. We do not sell occupied property. Yeah, right. Oh my God. Man, these guys are criminals, man. Listen. Hold on. Let me set the ambiance. Let me set the stage. So, the CEO, Byron Burroughs of CivicSource, right? He want to do business with the municipal corporation, Bogalusa, right? Right? With the city council, right? Bogalusa, right? Bogalusa City Council, right? He want to do business with them. So now he's going out there and selling himself and his company, right? So this is what he's telling the city council. This is what he's saying to them. He's saying to them, look, look, I'm just going down to the important or the juicy part of it. There's a lot more we could dissect, but just to make my point, just so that what I was saying before the break can be concurred, I'm putting it on the table right now. So this is what he said to the city council. Listen, we do not sell occupied property. That's laughable, man. We do not sell occupied property. And the reason we do not sell it is because we cannot insure it. Comma. He said, occupied property will oftentimes result in litigation, in suit, in lawsuit. And also, we do not want to be in the business of putting the little old lady out on the street. Close quotation. So he's giving them reason, right, why him don't. For those of you who miss it, the underlying word right here is what? Occupied property. They don't sell occupied property. They don't actually occupy. Since when? Since when? Man, this is crazy, man. Since when CivicSource don't sell occupied property? So, because, look, we're not in the business of putting a little old lady out on the street because we can be sued, because we cannot insure the property, right? Listen. Now, this person who's going to respond to this, to Mr. Barrow's statement is, in all seriousness, a duly elected official by we the people. This is somebody who is doing our due diligence, who is performing, who is operating on our behalf. And we must give someone like this credit. Here we have a city council woman who is doing what we the people asked her to do. She should be commended. Check this out. City woman Gloria K said, in fact, there was a piece of occupied property listed for sale on CivicSource website. You catch that? Hold up, Mr. CEO. Hold up, Mr. Byron Barone. No. You actually have occupied property list on your website. You're discriminating to her now. But Barrow said he would remove it. He would remove it. On Wednesday, he said the property was no longer listed. You catch that? So, if this city council woman didn't call him out, no, she only called him out about a specific property. Maybe that one property is in her district, and somebody spoke to her about that one property, so she's aware of it. You see what I'm talking about? And because she's aware of it, she called him out on it. And because he wanted to do business with them, he went ahead, he said he was going to move it, and Wednesday, whichever Wednesday it was, he went and he removed it. You see what I'm talking about? So, how many, you know what would have been great? You know what would have been great? If she had asked him, how many other properties are there with occupants that we aren't aware of? So he's going to them and making a statement that was factually false. He's a liar. He's a criminal. Check this out. While Byron Burroughs, CivicSource.com, and his high-paid hungry vultures attorney go around the territory of Louisiana. This is in Baton Rouge. This report is in Baton Rouge. Check this out. Baton Rouge reaches out to New Orleans business to sell adjudicated property. Now, they are so, because they're going around the territory so much, and because they come right here in the territory of New Orleans, because they're operating in New Orleans right now, right? And because New Orleans politicians are so influential and so corrupted, easily corrupted, right? They establish base right here. So now they can tell other, oh man, look, I'm in New Orleans, man. We are doing business. We are operating in New Orleans. The New Orleans City Council is with us. The mayor is with us. We are legit. So New Orleans give them their legitimacy. They are telling, oh man, look, we New Orleans, man. Man, it's all gravy, baby. It's all good. Bro, check us out, man. We're in New Orleans. Look. Eroll G Williams is on board. The civil district court is on. The judges are. Look, we're good, baby. So, here we have now New Orleans, Baton Rouge, reaching out to New Orleans, CivicSource. Check this out. Seeking help to sell adjudicated properties. Officials. Who? Officials. Officials of who? Of what? Of we the people. They officials, the criminals. Officials in the East Baton Rouge Parish Attorney. Here is somebody else who have a law degree. Oh my God, man. You see how better we would be? You see how better as a society we would be without attorneys? You see how better we would be? We have attorneys who don't understand this document right here, the Constitution. Ain't that something? To the point right now where we have attorneys in Baton Rouge Parish Office is reaching out to a criminal enterprise, CivicSource, to come and commit crime in each Baton Rouge. So listen, seeking help to sell adjudicated property. Officials in East Baton Rouge reach Baton Rouge Parish Attorney's Office have partnered with a New Orleans-based company that specializes in adjudicated property and assist potential buyers with the required paperwork. How the hell you gonna assist somebody with paperwork when you didn't own the article in question? How you gonna assist somebody to sell my car, sell my house, sell my shoes, sell my phone with paperwork, and you don't own or have title to my property? You're a goddamn criminal. You see? This is what we're talking about, family. This is what we're talking about. They're actually operating right now on robot. Let's show you something more significant to this whole issue. When we call that criminal imposter Etlin Sims Julia from Division N, Orleans Parish Civil District Court, we do so with no qualms, with no hesitation, nor with no water in our mouth, nor hiding behind no door. Well, even though the door to the studio is closed. Look, the door to the studio is closed because we don't want a disturbance. You know what I mean? But if it wasn't so that, we would open the door. This is our proof and our evidence that what we are saying, or what we have been saying, is true and is factual. And we challenge anybody to dispute this. Listen, for those of you scholars and members of the Bar Association out there, and members of the Louisiana Judiciary, you criminal bastards, listen. Louisiana tax collector involvement in tax sale, amendment number 3, 2014. That was the amendment, family. On the ballot, November 4, 2014, there was 2 ballot amendments that deal with taxes. Amendment number 3 and amendment number 10. But for this topic, for this reason, we're sticking with number 3. Number 3 is what is important to us right now, making this argument. We'll talk about number 10 sometime down the road. Listen to the commentary from the aftermath of the election from the ballot ballot Potpedia. Listen, this is what it says. The Louisiana tax collector involvement in tax sale amendment number 3 was on the November 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4, una, dos, tres, cuatro. 2014 ballot in Louisiana as a legislatively referred constitutional amendment, where it was defeated. The word defeated, my brothers and sisters, is highlighted, is bold in black. Was defeated. The measure would have permitted authorized private firm, LLC, to assist local government in the tax sale process, including in the sale of property for delinquent taxes. No, let me back up. This is what I'm reading is what if it wasn't defeated, it would grant them authority to do. You see? If this wasn't defeated, what I'm reading right now is what Eroll G Williams, that criminal crony bastard, is what Etlin Sims, that criminal imposter judge, is what CivicSource and all of them would have the authority to do. But it was what? Defeated. We the people said what? We said no. The measure would have permitted authorized private firm to assist local government in the tax sale process, included in the sale of property for delinquent taxes. The measure would have mandated that the fee charged by the firm be included within the cost that the collector may recover in the tax sale. The amendment was sponsored in the Louisiana legislature by Representative John Bartolo, Republican 88, as House Bill 488. Now, I call this so-called representative, I call him directly. And when I call him, I think he got the message wrong. That's why he returned my call. Because I call him and I spoke to his assistant initially, right? And I told her that, look, I need to speak to him about this issue. But when the fact that CivicSource, I used the word CivicSource when I was speaking to her, and she apparently told him that somebody from CivicSource wanted to talk to you. When I called, I didn't say I was from CivicSource. I was asking him about the reason why he authored this bill and if he took a bribe. That was my question. So she figured that I was calling from CivicSource, and apparently that's the message that was relayed to him. He called me, and when I explained myself exactly, then this guy had amnesia. Oh, he couldn't remember nothing. You see I'm talking about? He couldn't remember jack. But family, this is what we're talking about. If the measure had passed, and then if you look on the words, because again, it would allow them to assist the local government, the local municipalities, because they cannot do it themselves. They couldn't. There is no provision in the Constitution for a private corporation, for a LLC, to jump in and do nothing on behalf of we the people, because they are not a governmental body or a governmental entity. The Constitution was created by us, we the people, for them. Who is them? Government. We the people create the Constitution for them, for government, so they can do things on our behalf. So that is the reason why this document states assist. So when we tell that criminal imposter bastard Judge Sims, hold up, Judge, they didn't have the authority, they don't have the authority to do what they are doing, and here is proof. You know what that criminal crony, no good, so-called black female told us? You guys have no cause of action. Now, what should basically say, family, for those of you who lack that legal mind, which, look, more power to you. You recognize, look, she's saying that there is no valid argument. We have no valid argument. You know why she told us that? Because a lot of these resources, this money that they are robbing from we the people, is going directly into their pension plan. They are robbing us, we the people, and putting that money into their own private retirement fund. So that when they, look, look, I guarantee you, look, you know something, man, they are robbing us. They are robbing us. They are robbing the people of Louisiana. And when they get that money, they are putting that money not back into the public fund or to do the work. Look, there's a lawsuit right now. There's a lawsuit out right now. There's an attorney filed a lawsuit against the city of New Orleans, outlining the fact that they are using tax dollars that they take from we the people that's supposed to go towards school, drainage, all those things that we the people create a revenue stream for them for. And that they are diverting all that money into the private pension fund. The lawsuit is out there right now. You can go check and verify yourself. Look, my brothers and sisters, what can we say? We recognize the fact that we are living in the most politically corrupt territory, and we ain't going out quietly. We ain't going out quietly. We can tell you that. And we can tell all them criminal bastards that. CivicSource, Mitch Lange, Eroll G Williams, Judge Etlin Sims, and all of you criminal, Anthony Brown and my friends, we on the job. Peace.
Tom, is there remorse? We take your heart for those people you've dead in the past. Those who came across your path, their life they've lost. Sure, and you replied, say, circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should understand. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should know. It sounds strange, my